changing lives and focusing on ability. That's been Easter Seals Crossroads' mission for nearly 80 years. Easter Seals Crossroads focuses on the needs of people with disabilities and helps them gain greater independence. Easter Seals Crossroads offers 5 different camps each summer. This year, more than 230 campers took part. Each camp has the goal to make dreams come true. Josiah is 10 years old. He's been attending Campability since he was 4. His mother, Charletta, says Campability has opened up a world of wonder and excitement for Josiah that he may not have otherwise known.
Josiah just has a way of letting me know that something is right for him. As soon as we walked in the doors, there was no fear of leaving mommy. He didn't want to cling to me. He ran right in the classroom, was greeting the teachers and the students and giving them big hugs. And so then in my heart, I felt like, okay, this is it. This is where he should be. I don't know, I just want him to be like this social butterfly. I mean, I already feel like he is. Josiah is very personable, and people just fall in love with him. So I want him to be able to freely express himself and not have that fear, you know, that somebody doesn't get me or don't understand me. I just want my baby to be happy.
Easter Seals Crossroads provides a wide variety of services to give kids with special needs the opportunities many other children take for granted. I Can Bike, a program of I Can Shine, is helping teach 11-year-old Israel to ride a 2-wheeled bike. Israel's family tried to teach him on their own, but it often led to frustration. That's where I Can Bike steps in.
Yes, it helps them build their confidence because they know that there's somebody with them. I want to be able to have my son ride a 2-wheel bike on his own. So for a variety of reasons, obviously, you know, independence, confidence, you know, inclusion. It's really good for us to see them do that.
Easter Seals Crossroads realizes traditional camps are not always an option for individuals with autism. That's why it created Camp Rocks, which is designed specifically for 10 to 18-year-olds on the autism spectrum. Campers such as recent high school grad Allie take part in a 5-night, 6-day outdoor camp. Allie has been coming to Camp Rocks for 8 years.
I like being with my friends here and meeting the counselors. Like Hannah, she comes back every day sometimes. She's in my cabin. Like we like to talk. Like we like to do different things, like talk. And then I like to sing at camp, like the talent show. This year I want to make new friends at Camp Rocks.
Kayla had a traumatic brain injury at about 1.5 years.
It was a moment all parents dread.
The doctors told me that she would never walk again, she would never play again, she would never be herself again.
In the spring of 2008, 1.5-year-old Kayla was playing with her twin sister when their dresser fell.
Kayla caught it with her head, and she had, as a result, 3 fractures. Would have been okay. Today, the fractures have healed up. It was the meningitis. She caught meningitis while we were in the hospital.
Because of the meningitis, Kayla lost her ability to walk, talk, and hear. Doctors said she would never recover. Undaunted, LaShawna sought help from Easter Seals Crossroads. After 2 years of therapy, Kayla is once again walking.
So 2010, she walked down the aisle at church on Easter. The main goal right now for us is communication. We need to learn better communication.
Yeah, you're right. Here.
Because like I said, the doctor told me everything that she wouldn't be able to do.
Ready?
And most of all that she can do.
Kayla.
She just hasn't regained her hearing. And so a long-term goal for us would be that Kayla could one day talk to us again.
Celeste, she is 9 years old. She has a sister and 2 brothers. She can be lovely, but sometimes she can be a meanie.
Easter Seals Crossroads Autism Family Resource Center is helping children just like Celeste learn the life skills they need. Celeste's mom, Lucila, says learning is made easy for Celeste because of the friendly staff and comfortable surroundings.
And the first day, I was just like, I feel comfortable. I feel like I was home with, I have hope for Celeste. We're working in communication, and it's an improvement, and I know it's a long way, but we're getting there daily, basically. Like, it's a challenge, and I know that like I told the doctor, every 6 months, I see the difference. And so I have my hopes really high.
I was born deaf. I was raised here in Indianapolis, and I went to the Indiana School for the Deaf.
Communication for Judith has always been a struggle. At the age of 5, she learned sign language and in turn taught it to her mother, but sharing her thoughts was still a struggle.
I'd be stuck without the services of Deaf Community Services. I'd have to write back and forth. Sometimes I don't understand large words or big vocabulary that is used at an interpreting appointment. I'd be really lost. I loved Deaf Community Services. They're funny, they help me understand what's going on, and I really felt inspired by Deaf Community Services. And I've really enjoyed working with Jennifer, and they have provided so many resources, such as the Ice Cream Social and access to communication.
Easter Seals Crossroads provides many services to people looking to find work. Conan worked with Easter Seals Crossroads Employment Division to find a job so he could earn money to reach his goals, one of which included saving money to buy an engagement ring. He and his wife, Ashley, were married on June 13, 2014. Now Conan is working towards his next goal.
One of my other goals is work hard to pass my driver license test, and I did that. I already passed the handwritten test. One of my other goals is to work for a house.
Conan's supervisor, Tiffany, says he is one of the hardest workers she's ever known.
I personally have not had an employee as good as Conan. So for me, Conan's on a different level than any of my other employees have been. Because like I said, he gets right in there if you need help. You don't even have to ask him for help. Sometimes we have to say, Conan, that's okay, we have it, because he'll get right in there and help.
It'll be 12 years in December. I started in 2003, been here ever since. I really enjoy it, so it's a nice steady job for me.
During his final semester in high school, William found out he suffered from Stargardt's disease, a rare form of macular degeneration. That's when he sought assistance and began his job at Crossroads Industrial Services, a social enterprise at Easter Seals Crossroads. Never did he realize how transformational it would be.
My high school years, I was one of those kids that stayed to himself and didn't really talk to much, anybody that I didn't need to. And being here at Crossroads for such a long time and holding the position I hold, it's put me out there, out of my comfort zone to where now I'm a leader of sorts, and people look toward me for answers, whereas back then I would have never thought like that. So it's made me grow as a person. So anyone who's looking to do that will certainly be able to here.
Not only did William find a career he loves, but he met his now wife through a coworker. That coworker is now his mother-in-law, and William and his wife will welcome their first baby, a boy, to the world this December.
The estimated due date is December 29th of this year, so maybe Christmas, maybe New Year's.
When Alfred came back from the war in the 1970s, he had trouble finding a job. He says many people wouldn't hire him because he served in Vietnam, so he moved to Southern California and joined the Carpenters Union. He traveled around different states working as a contractor. Alfred has overcome some personal obstacles and enrolled for help in Easter Seals Crossroads Veteran Services.
I attended several other job clubs in pursuit of employment. I got to meet employers directly. Veteran Services at Easter Seals Crossroads has several people that are there to help all of us veterans find employment. If you follow the guideline of their recommendations, you can't help but win.
Back in November of 2014, doctors discovered that I had a tumor on my spinal cord. In December of 2014, I had the tumor removed. When I came out of surgery, I was paralyzed from the waist down. So my son, who's 8, is, at first everything was a big shock for him. When I came out paralyzed, nobody expected me to be paralyzed. And when I got home, there were a lot of questions. My son certainly had a ton of questions for me, and one of the questions was, is this going to be forever, Dad? And of course I couldn't answer that for him. Excuse me, I'm starting to get emotional. I became paralyzed. My number one goal, I knew that if I wasn't driving again, there were a lot of things I wasn't going to be able to do. I concluded that Easter Seals would probably be one of my best choices for obtaining training. I also found it extremely helpful that Easter Seals answered their phone the first time I called them. I didn't have to play phone tag with anybody. I didn't have to wait for somebody to not call me back. And I was extremely grateful for that. If somebody's looking to get back to driving, I would absolutely encourage you to contact Easter Seals. I've had a great experience there, and let me tell you, there's a lot of organizations out here that are supposed to be helping us, and they don't make things easy. Easter Seals does. Right, and not only that, somebody with a disability can get out and do the same things that somebody without a disability can. You just have to find a way.
After she graduated high school, Brooke made the easy transition into Easter Seals Crossroads Community Day Supports. As a young child, Brooke used the physical therapy services at Easter Seals Crossroads, and her family was quite familiar with the quality of the programs. When they needed a day program, they returned to the place that felt like family.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 12.
I would say Crossroads is the safest place that you could bring your kids, because they're all still kids at heart, and even the staff here are still kids at heart, so they get along with the adults that are here in a wonderful way that make them feel like family. So, and it's been, as Dad was saying, a great continuation of meeting all of Brooke's goals for independence and for doing different things, keeping her interested, keeping her happy, but it's been an extension of family, so we have somewhere safe to bring Brooke. The sky really is the limit with the goals, because no matter what goal we've set, Crossroads finds a way to help Brooke achieve it. Doesn't matter what it is, big or small, how detailed we get with the goal or how broad we stay with the goal, they find a way to help her work towards it and meet it.
We lost Brooke's mom in May. The staff has been very, very supportive in helping the family as a whole and Brooke.
Crossroads definitely meets that definition of a special place.
Var was born with a disability that severely limits his ability to move his arms. His passion is electronics. He loves to use and build computers, but using those computers was hard. Easter Seals Crossroads Assistive Technology provided Var with a saddle chair and an electronic desk, both of which help him sit more comfortably for hours at a time. Everyday technology has also helped Var live a more independent life.
Well, I have my phone and my iPad, which I am able to use just normally. Obviously, I might hold it in a slightly different way than most people, but I can operate it just like anyone else. And it's actually, that is one thing. Touchscreens have also enabled me to do a lot more than before. My goals are to be as independent as possible, and when I say independent, I mean be able to do daily functions, live my life on my own with as little aid from other people as possible.
After getting help from Easter Seals Crossroads, Var is now giving back to help the Assistive Technology Division.
They've offered me a position on the advisory council, and they're allowing me to give them insight into an AT user and how my insight can help them better their services.
Now Easter Seals Crossroads needs your support. It's people like you who believe in the mission to support the thousands of people in our community with disabilities, challenges, and special needs live a more normal life.
Donations and ongoing community support are very important to what we do. To provide the kind of quality that we want to provide, we need that supplemental assistance.
The money that is contributed is put to the cause that needs it the most. And I think that money given here is very well spent.
Well, for me personally, I make my decisions about what I'm going to do with my dollars that I spend on philanthropic kinds of endeavors, on what kind of return I get from that. And the kind of investment that you make in Easter Seals Crossroads is in people that live in this community, that contribute to this community, and that are able to enrich the lives of everybody that live here.
If you can't afford to give your money to Easter Seals Crossroads, you can give your time by volunteering.
And our volunteers are also ambassadors for Easter Seals Crossroads in the community.
And I really feel that Easter Seals is a place that's positive. You know, it's about improving people's lives, making them better in any capacity they can. And it's kind of infectious. The more time you spend here and you get to know staff members, it really kind of buys into that whole part of being improving others' lives, which I feel is kind of at the core of the whole mission of Easter Seals.
A way of getting to know Easter Seals Crossroads, the direction that we're moving, the heart of everything that we do, and understand what we see as our purpose. Go to our website, eastersealscrossroads.org, look at our mission statement, look at our values, and sort out whether or not they align with the kinds of things that you really want to support. I think you'll be surprised that it's simple to understand and that it's very meaningful. So we invite people to become part of what we're doing, because the more people involved, the better job we can do.